Good morning, students. In today's lab session, we will start with the installation of Python as well as installation of Pycharm. As you know, Python is one of the IDLE, that is interactive shell. Today we will install Python version of 3.10.2 and we are going to install Pycharm first and then we will install Python. Why we are going to install Pycharm first, we will come to on later on. Firstly, you can Google or you can directly use JetBrains. JetBrains is the site on which you can download your Pycharm. I will write here JetBrains. Here you will find out an option that is called JetBrains Pycharm. Click over it. There is an option that is download Pycharm. Click over it. There is some net. Okay, it has been opened. Now you will see, you will get two options here. One is called, the two versions are there, professional, otherwise the community. We will go for the community version. The reason is this is open source, that is free. And professional is available only for trial version of 1 month. Then you have to pay for it. So we will go with the community version. Now you can find out my Pycharm exe file has been started downloading. I will wait for it. The size of this exe file is 360 MB only. Then I will go to the downloads to find out whether my Pycharm exe has been downloaded or not. Okay, you can find out in today's time, there is only one file that is Pycharm community. I will run that file. You can copy this exe file that set up on your desktop. I will directly run from the downloads. I will run it. Now it has been started. You have to just click over the yes. Then welcome to Pycharm community. Go to next. Then there is a path which you can set. This is the by default path. You can give your own path. Okay, I will set here C drive and directly I will write here Pycharm community. Or if I go back and then you will check the, you can get your path what I have set here. Then next is there. There is an option that is create desktop shortcut or update context menu and create association. You will click over the create desktop shortcut, update context menu. You will update, click over here, the checkbox, and there is one create association. There is .py. If you click over this checkbox, then whatsoever is your Python file is there, that we run in the Pycharm only. Okay, so to avoid it, like you are using Jupyter, you are using Spider, you are using Anaconda, whatsoever is the file, it will run over the Pycharm. To avoid it, I will not click over it so that my different editors can run over it. Then I will go to the next, then install. Okay, first thing is, this is not the mandatory condition for you to install your Pycharm, but this is the one way, the editor or which you can run your Pycharm or you can run your Python program. Then it will take some time. Okay, let's go over the desktop so that we can find out the shortcut. Then it has been finished. I will run from here. Okay, you will find out this is the shortcut that has been created over the desktop. Wait, I will show you again. Okay, I will minimize it. And this is the shortcut that has been created after the installation. Pycharm Community Edition has been written over here. Okay. Now I will open this. This is the editor over which you will work. Okay. Firstly, I will go with the project. Here, when you're going to create your multiple files under a single folder, then you will select your project. Okay. Here it is written that project file, open files. Okay. I've created here one Python project 2. This is the name of the folder. You can find out the path here. It will be on the C drive user 91991 is the folder name, Pycharm projects. And under this, there is Python project 2. This is the folder name. Under this folder name, I can save my Python files. Okay. As I will write one program here, okay, that is print hello. How you will open new file, I will come to later on. This is the program, or this is just a command to print hello on your screen. This is to run your code. Shift plus F10 is the shortcut key. I will run it. No Python. Now find out the error. I'm not getting hello here. That's why the reason I haven't installed Python first. I installed here Pycharm first. It says no Python, add your C program files 310 python.exe. The reason is Pycharm is just an editor. You can write your program, but to debug or to run your program, you need one interpreter. Okay, so that you need Python in your system. Your interactive editors can work only if you are having Python in your system. It is not mandatory that you will install only 3.10.2 version. You can install any version that is compatible to that editor. Then only you can run your Pycharm code. Fine. Here at the end, at the left corner, I am getting current interpreter is 3.10. That is installed in my system. I said select it. It said invalid Python SDK because I have already uninstalled my Python 3.10.2. I have uninstalled my Python, so I'm not able to run my Pycharm file as well, Python file as well. Okay. First, I will do here is I will go to the python.org and install my exe file. Until and unless I will not install my Python, my Pycharm is worthless. I have to install my Python here. Here you will find under the downloads option, you will find out there is download for Windows. The version is there. I will click over it. The exe file has been downloaded. Let's find out here. If we check the size of this file, this is only of 26 MB. The Pycharm community is of approximately 350 MB and your Python is of only 26 MB. Okay, I will run my Python. Now there is an option install launchers for all users and add Python 3.10 to path. What does it mean add Python 3.10 to path? It means you can access your Python file from anywhere from your system. Fine, either you have stored your file in desktop, in documents, wheresoever you have stored your file, you can access that file from anywhere from your system. That's why we're adding here add Python 3.10 to path. Then there is option install now or custom installation, that is your wish, whatsoever you want. Then you must find out all the check boxes must be ticked. PIP is very much important because you are going to use some packages in your future lectures. So it must be ticked. Then next, there is first option, that is install for all users. Why we will go for this checkbox? Because install for all users means whatsoever editor that you are going to use, the Python will work. Okay, as when we are going to run our Python file in our Pycharm, we were getting an error. There is no any interactive shell. So we will select here install for all user here, so that when you install Jupyter in your system, when you install Anaconda on your system, when you install Spider in your system, these are all sort of editors in your system. Okay, so that your Python will work, you won't get any error here. Okay, now the path is, I will give the path C program files Python 3.10 folder name. It is your wish, you can directly give C Python 3.10, that is my folder name. Then I will install here. The installation process has been started. When you dive into the installation, you must be clear that which option you have to select. Okay, which check boxes must be checked. It will take few seconds to install. Okay, it has been installed. Let's find out whether it has been installed or not. Let's type here IDLE. You can find out there is an icon that has been appeared. I will click over it. The interactive shell has been opened. Now I can run my Python files in Pycharm. I won't get any error there. So let's find out. There is no need to open the IDLE as you are going to use your Pycharm. Let's open. The Pycharm has been opened. Okay. Under the file menu, you will get option new project. I will click over file, new project. Now you can give your project name, the location you can find out. Here is C user. This is the folder name Pycharm projects, Python project 3. I will write here Python project 3. You can edit it. Here there is a location. Now it is saying invalid Python exe. Let's create it and find out why it is saying so. Open project, this window, new window. I will say new window will be there. My new Python project 3 has been opened. Okay. Okay, to continue with, this is Python project 3 under which you can create your Python files. This is the main py default file is there. This is the default Python script. Okay. Okay, when you run it, you will get an output that is high Pycharm. This is print function has been written over here. That is, sorry, this is the print function has been written here. Print high Pycharm. So you are getting it. So let's write that program that can be understandable to you. Here you will click over the Python project. You will get the option file or Python file. I will click here the Python file. You have to give the name of the file here as well. I will give the name Neha here. Then by default, my python.py file extension will be created. Find out the path. The file will be in C users, the folder name 91991 Pycharm projects. Then is Python project 3, the name of my file that is neha.py. Okay. Now I'm not getting any error right now. Earlier I was getting an error. At the rightmost corner at the bottom, you will find out you are getting Python that here I'm highlighting. Python 3.10 version is there. If this version has not been installed, not that particular version, means 3.x version is not installed in your system, your Pycharm will not work. I will write here print welcome students. Then I will, okay, one way is you can run your file here, or other is click over the file, you will get the option debug or run from here. Okay, that is your wish how you want to run. Now you can get the output welcome students on your screen. Now, what is the difference between your IDLE shell and why we are going to use the editors? Here you can save your projects easily. As the IDLE is temporary, you can't save you can get your output as once, but you can't save that file. Okay, here you can make multiple files in a single project and you will get the output as well on the same screen. When you write over the notepad, you have to intermix the two screen. One is your notepad screen, that is your editor, and you have to find out your output on the interactive shell. But in the case of Pycharm, you can write your code here as well as you can get the output over the same screen. That's why we prefer Pycharm. But this is not again mandatory. That is completely your wish how you want to run your code. Now I will come to the interactive shell. So that it will be easy for me to run the output. I'm not going to save anything here. I will use ideally. Okay. So that you can understand the basics. Okay, first is, as you know, when you are going to give the values here, I am writing a equal to 10, b equal to 10. Let's find out the type first. Type of a is integer. It falls under the integer class. Type of b is integer as well. That's fine only. Now the difference is when you open one notepad. Okay. I will write the same code over here, a equal to 10, b equal to 10. Then I will write type a, type b. Okay. I will save this file. The location will be in the C drive, local programs, Python 3.10. All files are there. I will give the name as n.py. Okay, I will save it. Let's find out whether my file has been created or not. In the C, there is one program files. Okay, let me find out the path here first. File, save as, C local. Okay, there it is. And so that I can easily find out. As you can see over the desktop, this file has been created and the icon has been changed here as the Python file. Now, what are the ways by which you can run your file? Firstly, run our file by double clicking over it. When you will, I will close it. When you will double click it, you can find out I'm not able to run it. There is a reason why I'm not able to run it. Let's add it with ideally. Okay, and now run this. I'm not getting any sort of output here. That's why firstly, when I was double clicking over it, I was not able to open my interactive shell. There was a reason, because if you write your same program over the shell, you can directly get the output. But when you are going to write in an editor, you have to use your print function. If I will write print here, then I will be able to get the output. That's why there was a reason that I was not be able to open the file by double clicking. Okay, now I will run, we'll save it. Now I'm getting the output, right? So the thing is, when you are going to write on editor, you must write print function. When you are going to write on the interactive shell, there is no need to write print when whatsoever the variable that you are going to print. Okay. Now let's find out and talk about the address system. What is memory address? As you know, as in C++, when you are going to find the memory address, a hexadecimal value is thrown by the system, or one sort of memory address is thrown by the system. Same is with the case of Python. you will get your addresses. Okay, and ID is the function, that is identity is the function that you will get to find out your address value. Okay, let's run it. This is the address value of your system. Address value of your variable, sorry, not your system. Okay. The difference here is, as in C++, the memory address, the memory location is occupied by the variable. But here in the case of Python, when you are going to store the same value in different variables, okay, let's take the same value in some third variable here. I'm using 10 in A, in B, as well as in C. Let's find out the value of C as well. Let's run this. You're getting the same result. The memory address is occupied by the value in the case of Python, but in the case of C++, the value, the memory location is occupied by the variable. This is one of the difference. Okay. Now, next is, there is help in Python. You can get the help. In the help, you can give the object name. Okay, the keyword is, suppose you are going to find the help about print. What is the purpose of print function? Okay, this is the all the function of print has been declared here. Means you can write the object and you can get your result. And the other command that you can frequently use is dir, that is directory. As there are a number of packages or library modules are in your Python, as in C++, I will give you example of C++ so that you can understand. As in case of C++, you are getting header files. Suppose you are using your sqrt function, then you use your header file as math.h. Similarly, when you are going to use some mathematical function in your Python, you can use their inbuilt libraries. Okay. dir, I will write here math. This will be without quotes. Okay, then I am getting one error here. There is one name error. Let's find out what is the error here. Okay. Okay. First is just as we have written here, you are writing math library here. Okay, you can find out all the function in your math library. Okay, you can use your math. How will you use that function? You have to import that file, library file. Okay, you will write import math, then you can use your function. Import is like a module in your Python shell. I will not come in this session that how you will use that functions directly. Firstly, I will cover the basics only in this lecture. Okay, now new file is there. I have opened one Python file. Let's work over it. I will write here birth year. As you know, when you are going to declare the variable name, you cannot give a space. You can write with the underscore. Birth year is input. We have already covered our input function in our class session. I will write here birth as a birth value. Okay. Then I will write to calculate the age. I will write here age equal to the current year is 2022 minus birth year. Then print age. I will save this file. I will write the name of the file is Neha. By default, it will be neha.py. Okay. Now I will pause this screen for few seconds and you will think over it what will be the output, right? Run this code again, but by using the typecasting procedure here. Typecasting means we will change over string value to integer value. We will write here int before the birth year. Then your string will be get converted into integer type. Now I will run it. I will give the birth value as 2000. The answer is 22. Fine. This is the way by which you can typecast your one data type into another. As you can write float there, you can write anything. It will depend upon you. Now let's find the, here in the same program, let's find the type. What will be the type of the variables after the casting? Firstly, print the type of birth year and then print the type of age. Okay. Now run this code. As I'm giving birth value as 2000. Now you can find out the birth value is 2000. As you can find out, there is a type of birth here as a string. Then the age, whether we have used the typecasting here, but the value of age will be, the type of the age will be integer here. Right? Here you won't get any error that there is a 2022 as the integer form, and after the typecasting, the age will be in the class integer. Fine. Next is, okay, there is one interesting thing here that is called your single quotes and double quotes case. There is double quotes case. Suppose you are going to highlighting your something here. You want, okay, firstly I will go with the apostrophe S. As you know, I said birth's value. Okay. What will be the case here if I will write here? Your single quotes will start and it will, if you are starting your string value or print value with the single quote, you have to end it with the single quote. Okay. That means it is reading from starting from here to here only. Okay. Then you want to give your output in the form, or you want to give your input, or you want to print a statement which is containing apostrophe S. Then what will you do here? In that case, use double quotes instead of single quotes. Fine. Then there will be no any error. Otherwise, you will get an error. Birth value is 2000. You will get the result. Okay. Similarly, as in the case of double quotes, suppose you are going to give births in the double quotes. then your value will not be considered. You will get an error here. So prefer to give in single quotes. And I will run the code. Birth's value is 2000. It will be get printed. You can find out the difference in the output. There is one apostrophe s and there is the double quotes that you have used here. Okay. Now there are different ways how you can run your Python files. Okay. First is directly over the shell. This is the shell. I will write anything here. I can directly run over the shell. This is my output. This is your first way. Second is to import your file. I will close that neha.py file and .py file. I will close this again and open my IDLE so that it can be more visible to you. I will write here import. Why I have used import math? Because you can understand what is math is there. Okay. When you will use import and write your file name. Okay. I will write here the name of my file is Neha. I'm getting the output here. This is the other way you can run your file. Okay, this is the second way. First is directly over the shell. Other is by using the import. When you are going to use import, let's find out what has been happened. Go with the C drive. In the C drive, there is Python 310 folder. There is a file with the name of Neha that we have created today. The time is there and date is there. And there is one folder that is called Pycache. In our lecture, we studied about .pyc file. That is, I said pyc means compiled Python files. There is a compiler in Python. Let's find out. When I open this is my previous file a.c Python. This is my compiled file. This is my pyc file. You can find out the type is compiled Python. This is compiled Python file is it is the type of the file is .pyc. You can find out the name of the file is neha.cpython310. This is the name of the compiled file. Whatsoever the file you will open with the import module, then it will be named as name of that file and CPython will be there. Okay. Most of the syntax and semantics of Python has been taken from your C language, right? Okay, now to continue with what is the third way to run your Python file is go to the CMD. I will write here CMD, command prompt is there. Here you will write py. Now you can find out your prompt has been appeared here. Okay, whatsoever you want to use here, I will write here print hello. Hello will be get printed. You can use your command prompt. You have to get your Python here by using the py. To exit from your command prompt, use Ctrl+Z, then enter. Okay. I will close here. The fourth way is again the command line itself, but in this case you have to give the path here. Okay, let's find out the path here. The path is cpython310. Let's find out. Here the path is C user 91991 folder. Okay. I will change the path. I will write cd \, then enter. I'm in C drive directly. Then I will write cd, that is change directly. After changing the directory, I will give the name of the folder. cd python 310. Then right now I am in C drive python 310 folder. I will run my file Neha. Neha will not be recognized here because the name of the file is neha.py. Now you can get your output. Then I will give the value 2000 and I am getting the output. Okay. Okay. I will exit from here, and the fifth way by which you can run your file is double click over the file. Your exe window will be get open, give the value, and you can run your file here. Here, the fourth is next is Boolean value. You will write your the bool is recognized here. You will write name of the variable. I will give it as a true value. If I will write true by this mean, this will not be recognized by your Python. Okay, because Python is case sensitive. That means the words or the objects whatsoever has been defined in caps, you have to give one in you have to give in caps. Whatsoever has been defined in small, you have to give in small. This is case sensitive. Now find out the type of A. The type of A is bool here. As you give the input of the value, we will generally write input enter values. Okay. This is of string type. You can give integer typecast here. This is again typecasting of your string value. You can give integer value that we have learned in our lecture. This is the way by which you can give your float value. You can give your bool value as well. Fine. Enter value is true. The answer is true. Okay. Next is some direct functions are there that you can use. Here is firstly I will cover delimiters. I will go with the file and new file. As you know, in our pattern programs, we will give some space here. What is the way to give that space? I'm not going to write pattern program here, just how you can give this space. I'm going to print two variables with spaces. As you know, hash is for single line comment. And for multi-line comment, we can use triple quotes. Write a program to give space. Now I will write my program A equal to eval input A I will copy this same. I will write here B as another variable. Here I will print the value of A, but I want my output will be like, suppose my value of A is 100, the value of B is 200. I want to give here some spaces here, okay? If I will simply write A comma B, let's run it. I will write here and name of the file is and. Firstly, there is invalid syntax is there. Okay, I will remove it. Okay, the value of A is 100, value of B is 200. I'm getting the output with single space. Suppose I want to give more spaces here, then what is the way? Then I will use and delimiter in the end. In the single quotes, you have to write here single quotes. I will give some spaces. Okay. And then print the value of B. Now run the code. Value of A is 100, value of B is 200. Now you can find out there are multiple spaces in between 100 and 200. Okay. I hope you are clear with today's session. Now I will take some problems from you. Then I will close the session.